What is up, Washington Commanders fans? It's your old friend here, IndyCar Timm, with the Washington Commanders Daily Blitz. We're getting back into this thing. It's going to be a little more regular for you guys. We took some time off. But it's time to get back into it. Right here only on FanStream Sports at fanstreamsports.com, the FanStream Sports mobile app, on YouTube, X, Facebook, all of it, and wherever, of course, you get your podcasts. We would love to hear from you. Find me on X at IndyCar Timm. The network is at FanStream DFW. We would love to hear from you about your thoughts of the Washington Commanders, their moves this offseason with Dan Quinn. And a lot of moves have been made already to shore up what was already a talented roster for the Washington Commanders. Of course, their first NFC championship game appearance in a bajillion years. I was alive already last time they played. Maybe some of you guys weren't, but I certainly was. But the biggest offseason move probably for the Washington Commanders was the trade for Deebo Samuel, who was nothing less than an electrifying playmaker in San Francisco early in his career. We know he had some injury issues late. He also had some weight issues late, some conditioning issues a little bit later in his career. And the San Francisco 49ers addressed that a little bit by bringing in a guy early in Samuel's time there as former New England Patriot wide receiver Wes Welker was the 49ers. We'll call him the wide receivers coach. He didn't really do that, but he wore several hats. Most of what he did, though, was keep Deebo Samuel in check in his conditioning. And he was never better than when Welker was there. Welker left in 2021, and that's really when Samuel sort of started maybe having some issues. Well, the Washington Commanders thought, you know what? Deebo Samuel was really good when Wes Welker was his coach in San Francisco. So why don't we go get Wes Welker and see if he can whip Deebo Samuel back into shape? And that is exactly what they have done. They are looking for that Deebo Samuel from 2021 that had 1,770 yards from scrimmage, 14 touchdowns, a Pro Bowl nod, a first-team All-Pro nod. And ESPN's Mike Reese tweeted out early this week that the Commanders were going to bring in Wes Welker, most recently with the Dolphins, as their wide receivers coach. And, of course, Wes Welker had a pretty good pro career himself up in New England. In 2011, he helped the team win one of their Super Bowls in what was his career year, 1,500 and some odd yards, multiple, touchdown catches. Of course, having Tom Brady throw you the ball never does hurt. But he is coming on board as the Washington Post reports. He will be, quote, a personal analyst and work with both the personnel staff and coaching staff, end quote. Matt Burrows with The Athletic says that Welker was the guy who kept Deebo Samuel in check while he was in San Francisco, and that is the role he will take on with the Commanders. So, number one, my thoughts on this. I don't know if they have seen something already or heard something already from Deebo Samuel that gives them concerns here, where they feel like they need to jump on top of this before it becomes a problem, or if they think maybe it's already a problem. Now, he had to pass a physical in order for the trade to be completed. So at least he passed his physical. We know that. So I'm not sure, and it doesn't really matter. If they think there's a problem already, they're trying to fix it. If there's not a problem already and they think that there could be, they're trying to head it off at the pass. So either way, they're doing the right thing. I'm certainly still a fan of the trade. I think Deebo Samuel has a lot to give. And it's certain, why not in Washington? Look at what this offense is going to look like now with another weapon for Jaden Daniels, another weapon for Cliff Kingsbury. And by the way, there is some links here For those of you that don't know, and I can't imagine you don't, Cliff Kingsbury played collegiately where? Texas Tech. Wes Welker played collegiately where? Texas Tech. These two guys were teammates out in Lubbock. So there's some familiarity there with those two guys, and certainly a common goal now to get Deebo Samuel back to where he was 4 years ago as just a powerful, powerful offensive weapon. It will only make the Commanders better. That's the whole point. And this offense could be pretty scary with Terry McLaurin lining up on one side, Deebo Samuel on the other, the threat for Deebo Samuel to run. It could be limitless. And I'm sure, here as we are, less now than 2 weeks from the NFL draft beginning April 24th up in Green Bay at Lambeau Field, you can only think they're rubbing their hands together. Adam Peters and Dan Quinn just rubbing their hands together. Just can't wait for this draft. They're going to make some noise. So certainly looking forward to that. But yes, big news in the Deebo Samuel world, in the Commanders Deebo Samuel world, in the Commanders offensive world, reuniting kind of Cliff Kingsbury and Wes Welker in Washington. We'll see how it turns out. We'll see if it's an issue, or if we don't ever hear about Deebo Samuel conditioning issues or Deebo Samuel weight issues, then we know. Problem solved, problem averted, crisis averted, whatever. That's the goal, right? That's what we hope for in Washington. I am IndyCar Tim. Appreciate you guys tuning in for this edition of the Washington Commanders Daily Blitz on FanStream Sports. FanStreamSports.com, the FanStream Sports mobile app. And you can always reach me if you can't find me on social media. Here in the studio, 24/7, the studio text line, 214-937-0569. You can reach it 24/7, day or night. Leave your name and what you want to talk about. Leave the comment, and we'll make it part of the next show if it is good enough. We will do it again here approaching the draft. Until then, boys and girls, we'll see you.